morning, ladies and gentlemen. Continuing to play some 83-84 NBA. This is Baseline Basketball by Powder Blue Sports. The New Jersey Nets with Otis Birdsong, Daryl, the backboard shattering Dawkins, Williams, King, and Ray Richard. Daryl Dawkins used to shatter those backboards. Big stud. And of course, my 76ers. When I was a kid, the first team I discovered and fell in love was with the Oakland Raiders. And I fell in love with the Oakland A's and fell in love with the Philadelphia 76ers. And those have always been my three favorite franchises in those respective sports. They are the franchises I follow and root for. And they've had their runs of success. Most of those occurred when I was a kid, which is why I fell in love with those teams. But I have stuck with them through thick, thin, thinner, and thinnest. And so, for me, the Raiders and the A's and the 76ers have definitely been in the thinner of most of my adult life. So anyway, long story short, we're going to play the 83-84 Sixers. They were fantastic with Moses, Malone, Julius Erving, Andrew Toney, Maurice Cheeks, and Jones. I can't remember his first name. Bobby Jones. Jeez, my mind went blank. All right, so we're going to start with the away team, the Nets. The difference in these two teams, wins, losses. Philadelphia has 7 more wins than does the Nets. The Nets score about 2 more points a game more than Philly, but Philly stops about 2 more points a game. Remember, I don't use the TSA adjustment. I just roll a 4th segment in the 4th quarter, and there you have it. All right, the Nets go to work. It's going to be the Philadelphia defense, which is going to be 13. 13 is free throw, and 5 on that free throw is 3 points. So the Nets are stymied. And then I use 11, 12, 13 to see who might be king. So I'm just going to put here king in the score column. Fantastic. All right, Philadelphia in the first segment of the first period, first quarter, is going to be defense. So New Jersey's defense, which did give up 109 points a game, 5-6, they're going to put us in the paint. And then in the paint, 10 in the paint, we're going to get 14 points. And again, 6 there will be Toney. So Toney leads that segment, right? Very cool. I'm still trying to devise a way to kind of distribute the points a little more even. I tend to have 1 or 2 players that really rack up lots of points. That's one thing I've been trying to figure out. How could I distribute points a little more even? Not even across the board, but just reduce those 50-point games for some players. New Jersey offense comes down the court. They're setting up their offensive attack. It's going to be 10. 10 is paint. 7 in the paint for them is 10. And 10 for them is going to be Dawkins, Daryl Dawkins, getting in on the action. Beautiful. Outstanding. I don't know if you can see how I write that down. I put down the score and the guy responsible for those points, and then I can just tally it at the end if I need to. All right, Philadelphia up by 1 despite them having 2 segments to our 1. So we're winning, and we have yet to roll this segment. Jersey's defense again. 6. Paint again. 9 in the paint is 13 more for us. And again, that was a 6. 6 is going to be Toney. So Toney has 27 points in the first period. That is where I'm trying to... Now, that doesn't mean Toney will score again. He may never score again. So, I would see this more at the end of the game as what Toney scored through the whole game, not all. He didn't score all 27 of the points of the 76ers. Third segment, it's going to be the Nets offense, 10, 11, 12. 12 is paint. But they're going to get 3. Only 4 points in the paint as we are killing them. And the 12 for them is Birdsong, baby. Birdsong. And that's going to tally to 17 points for them in the first quarter. 76ers already up by 10, and we haven't rolled this last segment. Uh-oh, offense. 76ers are sweet. 9 is paint for us. 6 in the paint is 10 more. And again, 9 is going to be Malone, Moses Malone. So all of our all of our guys are pretty dang good, especially Dr. J. But we're winning 37. Oh my God, we're winning 37-17. And I don't imagine the Nets are going to find a way to come back from this. But let's go ahead and find out how bad my 76ers beat the Nets in our house. Defense. Philly's defense comes into play. 12 is going to be paint, and we're going to give up 8 in the paint. 11, though, we're going to give up 11. Put a box around that to make sure I don't add it up accidentally. And that's going to be for them 12. That's going to be Birdsong again. So Birdsong, and again, the way I would see this is Birdsong was the key. The offense was running through Birdsong, and then at the end we'll tally the points. But so cool. I love the way this abstractly works. It's just sometimes players get a little too high a numbers offense. So the Philadelphia 76ers, who are already destroying these guys, 12, 13, 14 is free throw. Dang, 1 point for us. Well, that'll bring us down to planet Earth. 14, Dr. J. Irving gets his first bucket as they send him to the line. And he nails his first bucket of the day. Unbelievable. We're still winning this despite that. We're still winning by 20 points. Unbelievable. Offense for New Jersey. So they're working. I imagine they're taking it down the court as fast as possible, trying to make up buckets. 10 is paint for them. 4 in the paint. Oops, wrong team. Offense. Paint and 4. Sorry, 6 points. Gosh. And 10 for them is going to be Dawkins. So Dawkins again. The offense is running through Dawkins. Stud. Daryl Dawkins. Offense. 76ers are going to kill him if this continues. 10 paint. And then we rolled a 4 as well. 7 for us. And again, 10 for us is Andrew Toney. Toney has currently got 34 points. Again, just in the whole game is how I look at it. Not in the first 15 minutes necessarily. Offense. Wow, so no defense is showing up here at all. 11, 12, 13 is free throw. 4 is 7 points. I tell you what, the Nets are finished as we have demoralized them. 11, 12, 13. It's going to be King responsible. So no bench yet for either team has come into play. And Philly's final of the second is going to be offense as well. So offense is absolutely running the floor here. 10 is paint, and we're going to get 6. That's 10 more. And again, 10 is going to be Toney. Oh my God, Toney. That is just nuts. As Toney has scored 44 points. Probably should roll 3 new dice to determine who's scoring, because the average is going to be 10.5 on a 3 dice 6. So Toney's going to probably come up a lot, but of course he did. That's why he's at 10. So I don't really want to hold that against him. 24 in that period, and we got only 18 in that period. Total, though, at halftime, it's 24, 31, 41 to 55. Holy cow, we are absolutely tearing up. 41 to 55, we are tearing them up. We're going to continue to go with visitor first. It's just easier for me to keep it all straight. It's going to be defense. Finally, Philly's defense plays a role. 8 is going to be free throw. That's what I'm talking about. 3 is no points. So Philly shuts them out. They don't score any points coming out of the locker room after halftime. So whatever pep talk the coach gave them, whatever leadership guidance Daryl Dawkins had to say to his team, they did not heed it, as they are completely dismal. I can see them infighting. I can see there's a little bit of infighting going on over here with the Nets, as Philly has completely destroyed their confidence. 6 on offense for us is a free throw. 3 for us is no points. What are the odds? Neither team scores. So it's basically a free-for-all as it's turnovers, missed buckets, scrambles for buckets, and nobody has drained a shot in the first 3 minutes. First 4 minutes. Holy cow, that's epic. Offense again goes to work. It's going to be 10 is in the paint. Holy cow, 8 on paint is 11 more, so that's a good sign. 8 is going to be bench. So the bench. So obviously starters are out to start the half, and the bench is racking up points. That's what's going on here. Does Philly get their bench involved? Offense, though, again for Philly, so we're back to it. 11 is paint. 5 for us is 9, and 11 is Irving. So Dr. J, we're going to score 9. Irving, who's been held down. Andrew Toney is absolutely destroying it, but Irving has been giving up buckets, so Toney can get the easy bucket. I can see Irving is drawing double teams, right? And then he dumps it down to Toney, and Toney gets the easy bucket. All right, here we go. Third segment of the third period is defense. So Philly's defense goes to work. 11. Paint, 9. 12 points. So Philly gives up 12. They got 10, 11. 11 is going to be Williams. So Williams gets on the score sheet. That's epic. So Philly's defense gives up 12 there as they're out of sync. Defense for the Nets, finally. 10 for them is paint. 5 is 9, so they're going to give up 9 to us. And again, we got 10. That's going to be Andrew Toney racking up points. Third quarter comes to an end. 23 to 18. So our first quarter was dominant. 37 points were scored. Since then, we have only scored 36. So we scored more in the first quarter than we've scored in 2 and 3 to combine. They have scored 17, 24, and 23. So ironically, the story of this game is going to be the first quarter for us, as Andrew Toney and Moses Malone dominated in the first quarter, as Irving must have been dishing assists, right? Unbelievable. Fourth quarter about to get underway, and the Nets, let's see, are 23. So they're at 40. They're at 64, and we're at 74. So it's now a 10-point game as they've managed to cut the lead. Unless I'm doing the math poorly in my head, which could be true. I've lost a die. That always stinks. There it is. Gosh. I really do need to get my dice roller out. There we go. Oh, my Lord. So they're going to score offense, but man, 4 is paint. Almost got an arc shot. That would have been brilliant. 8 points for them. And 4, they're going to get Birdsong involved here in the fourth. Birdsong. All right, Philly in the first segment of the fourth. It's going to be the defense of the Nets. It's going to be 13. 13 is a free throw. And 9 on their free throw is 7. So that holds us down. We're 1 point off the lead. And again, we had 13 get this one. That's bench for us. We finally had a bench show up. Okay. It's going to be offense for the Nets. They might find a way to make this interesting. 9, 10, 11. 11 for them is paint. And 9. Damn good. 12. And Williams is going to be the man of the hour here in the fourth quarter. And Philly now better mind their P's and Q's. This game's getting a little close. Offense, 13 is free throw. 5 points. Oh, my land. This is not going well. 13. 13 is bench again. So in the fourth, we've had this game won. I guess they're trying to avoid somebody fouling out, or maybe they just want to avoid injury here as they think they've got it won. But they better cool it or they may lose this. That would be epic. Defense. Philly's defense is going to show up. 6 is going to be paint. Oh, no, and 11. We gave up 14. 6 for them is going to be Birdsong. So Birdsong in the fourth has been masterful. Folks, that is sad. As we may have just let them come back. This is going to be an epic finish. Offense for us. 9 is paint, but we roll a 9. That's good. 9 on paint is 13. Finally, we step up. 9 is Moses Malone. He is racking up rebounds and block shots, and he's now getting fed the ball by Dr. J. Outstanding. Bobby Jones has yet to score, folks. That's bizarre. Here it is, the final segment for each team. We're going to go with us. I'm going to use this for us, offense, because I want to see if there's a big comeback here. Offense, 10-13. We're going to go free throw, 6 points scored for us on the final segment. And 13 is bench again. Why, God, our fourth period featured our bench. Bench, Malone. Okay, this is a chance. Let's go ahead and tally it. I want to see how close they are. So we were at 64-74, 72, 82, 92, 96. They're at 98 points. We were at 74, 85, 98, 104. We're at 104, folks. 104. They can definitely win this game. I can't believe it. Because they're at 98. They have closed the gap. I don't believe it, folks. This is an epic finish. I'll double check all my math. Whoops, fourth quarter is not 104. It's 12, 25, 31. So we had 74. So we had 50, we had 55 at halftime. 73, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 73. We're at 104 points. So right now we are at 104. So I did do that right. They were at 41, 64, 74, 84, 94, 98. They're at 98 right now. Folks, we're only winning this by 6. Oh my God, we have messed around. Oh no. They may come back and win this. This is unbelievable. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. They're going to go, oh, they go free throw, 6. 4 points. They're not going to get it done. 13 is King. So King is the man at the line. Maybe he gets a bucket and a foul and then gets another bucket coming out. That's just, dang it, that's heartbreaking. 20, 34, 38. No way. 20. Oh, yeah, 38 because we were at 4 segments. And no overtime for either team. We scored 104. They had 41, 64, 94, 102. We're going to win this game 104 to 102. Unbelievable. After we had a 20-point lead. And we slowly, 18. Fortunately, our bench really came up big up strong. So this is epic. I mean, this is our narrative. Whether we want to treat these points as literal, you can see the bench had 1, 2, 3. They've had the roll 3 times and Malone. So our bench in the fourth playing it safe. Maybe Irving was in foul trouble because he only scored 10 points today. So it's conceivable Irving got in foul trouble and the bench played a huge role, scoring 31. That's the difference. They scored 38 in the fourth on a huge comeback run. Thank God we had that 31-point quarter because we just barely won that game. That, man, is baseline basketball in a nutshell. Beautiful. So all I've done is avoid the TSA, which again is not. This is not going to. That fourth segment it's not going to necessarily represent the true difference between the two teams. But I can trust that this card, all this data represents the 76ers appropriately, and this data represents the Nets appropriately. So I would assume that if I roll a segment, a Philly, unless of course, the rolls are poor, I think it makes up for that missing, 10 points or so, roughly. I don't know what the average TSA point wise will be. Probably 5 points plus or minus for a team. But anyway, there you have it, folks. Let's tally up the leaders. Dawkins had 10. Dawkins did not score again. King actually showed up here twice. I think it's Birdsong. Birdsong had 15, 23, 37. So Birdsong finished the day with 37. He was the high. It's going to be Andrew Toney, easy for us. 27, 34, 43. Yep, that's awesome. Toney with 43. Now those are numbers I can live with. When I get guys way up in the 50s, 60s, I get a little nervous. But I can deal with Toney with 43, Birdsong. The leaders, fantastic. Toney with 43, Birdsong with 37. In 1983-84, No, the three-point shot still wasn't a dominant piece of the puzzle at that point, but we did see a lot of fast-breaking teams running the floor in the 80s. Outstanding. There it is, folks. Finally have a chance to play my 76ers in my first game with the 76ers. And it turns out to be a doozy. We've held on to win thanks to our bench, but really Malone had 13 points in the fourth. That's the key. Malone finished with 23, folks. Irving with only 10. Our bench finished with 18 points. That's epic. And Bobby Jones did not score because Bobby Jones only had one number. However, he didn't score. Over here, Dawkins had only 10 points early, so that's what killed them. Dawkins did not show up. Oh, no, yeah, he did. I'm sorry. Dawkins had 16 points. Williams had a great day, 24 for Williams. King had 3, 10, and 4, so he had 21. So outstanding. Just outstanding. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.